Roughing the passer. Yeah, all right. That's good. That's good. Probably shouldn't be getting called for roughing the passer on. Don't know why you're going so hard. I guess if you're like a fringe player, a guy, you know.
The ball just fluttered straight up in the air and happened to come down to a Raider.
Let's see.
Walker, who was a star at Georgia, but not a stat star. They had so many great defensive players as they won the national championship. And Chris will get into it. Walker bounced around. Jaguars won him on the edge. Rushing.
All right, that works.
Vanderbilt with the stop.
Yeah, and for Jacksonville, they have quite a
Did you
few
know to
of
mess with
their
the sound on this one?
defensive frontline players out there. So this is not some ragtag bunch that the Raiders and Stidham are driving down the field against.
Hey, 48's the mic!
Hold on, I'm just trying to. Is the sound good? What's up, Kenny? What's up, Jacob?
Gets 3 yards as he's pushed out of bounds. Chad Muma, one of the draft
So whatever the scoreboard is in the Super Bowl, is that the scoreboard for the next season? Oh, that the little, like the little like thing up there. What's up, Phil? The audio's good. That's good. I have to get my chat up. I forgot to open it. Good little run by Josh Jacobs, who I'm surprised is playing tonight. But it's, what is it, 3rd and 7 here. They're going to throw. Stidham's pass incomplete. Receiver was pushed down. It kind of looks like it might have been pass interference. But they're not going to call it, obviously. And, yeah.
And the Raiders will try a field goal on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's part of the curse of preseason, if you will, because it ends up being pretty easy.
It changed. Yeah, the NBC scoreboard looks really nice. Yeah, I mean, it looks nice. I wonder if it's going to be the actual one during the season.
It's a totally different game plan.
Yeah, it's the first preseason game of the year. Yep. You saw Devontae. That must have made you feel kind of sad. Hey, we're up to 12 likes. Already a good start for the game. If you haven't left a like, consider doing so. And they'll kick it for a field goal, and that'll be good. So the Raiders score the first points of the season and make it a 3-0 affair. All right. I'm going to have to mute it because of commercial breaks and all that. I think they change it. Yeah, they might change it in the Super Bowl. That was cool. Yeah, it's actual preseason. Yep. What's up, Luke? The mascot is so gross. Are you talking about the Jaguars one? Yeah, well, they've always done. There's always been one team. There's always been 2 teams that have been screwed in the preseason that has either had to play 5 or 4 games now. I mean, Google. Like I had to use. You make it awkward, man. So, no, I don't have one. Dude doesn't even say hello. He's just like, "Can I have a link?" I only come here as the link distribution method. Then go watch it on TikTok. You're fine. It's just, I mean, you could have said hello. Could have been nice at least and been like, "Hey man, how's it going?" and pretended like you cared. But there's what you asked for. That'll be. I hope you leave a like at least on the way out. Yeah, Luke, it does feel nice that football's back. I mean, that was an incredibly easy drive. The defense really won't be trying much, it looks like, in today's game. And all of the starters are out for each team, but, you know, it's something. Hopefully the audio is all good. But you probably really didn't expect that, you know. Yeah, I mean, it's better than the USFL. I mean, that's for sure. What's up, Jacob? Even this, like, even this football is better than what they did in the entire USFL, which is the level of play could have been this good. They're like, damn, that was a pretty. The USFL players. Oh, it was a touchback. All right. Imagine that kick didn't make it into the end zone somehow, and the fucking Raiders just scored a touchdown right there. And I'd be like, Jesus Christ. Oh, it's go Patriots. Do I think the XFL? It'll be like every other spring league.
Last year he bounced around Seattle and Miami. Now he's back in Jacksonville with hopes of making this roster.
Big guy. He knows he's going to have to train himself to make some.
It was bad football. Fundamentally bad football. That's why I don't watch it. The league was garbage. I'm shocked the USFL. The only reason the USFL has a second year is because it's like financed already. They'd cancel that shit if it wasn't already basically paid for. I think they've literally got so much like pre-funding for the league that like they can run for a couple years of like maybe next year they can save it and like they'll have good football, but like. You mean Waller? I don't. Who's Walker? I've seen someone say Walker, and now I'm saying Walker, and I don't know which Walker are you talking about. Second and 7 here. Jake Luton, the quarterback for the Jaguars right now. Trayvon Walker. Trayvon drafted by the Jags this year. Oh. Why do I not remember him? Anyway, 3rd and 7 coming up. Now I remember. Yeah, I was like, why do I not remember him being the first overall pick? I'm like, oh yeah, because Aiden Hutchinson was supposed to be the first pick, and they like somehow fucked that all up. And I was like, oh yeah, I don't know how you did that, but good job. I keep forgetting the Lions like somehow stole what should have been the #1 pick. Yeah, I think I just blocked it out because I was like, what a dumb fucking pick. That's a bad throw. Incomplete pass by Luton. He had number 18 pretty much wide open if he would have just slowed the play down and take a second longer to throw the ball. Yeah, overthrow. You can see Cargo overthrow. He like just from the sideline. USFL still had 40 people get signed. Oh yeah, I mean the USFL. Yeah. Yeah, I mean Trayvon, he looks all right though. I don't know. We'll see. They could have took Hutchinson and just, you know. But hey, maybe Hutch will be a bad NFL player. He won't turn out to be like the Bosa's who he's directly compared to, or the Watt brothers who he's directly plays like. You know, like how bad that would be for the Jaguars if Hutchinson actually does turn out to be like the Watts or like the Bosa's. Like they're gonna be like, son of a bitch, we just missed again. It's like, nah, like that's just you're just bad at doing this. The Lions didn't even go. The Lions went, yeah, we can't pass up on Aiden Hutchinson. I mean, this guy has Bosa or fucking Watt written all over him. Khalil Mack, that kind of pass rushing like talent. It seems like super high football IQ, super high motor. I love that fucking Mark Cuban is, or not Mark Cuban, Mark Davis is just sitting there eating wings. Hey, what's up, Jacob? Another throw there. Probably kind of an underthrown ball there by Jarrett Stidham. Former Patriots quarterback, guy that didn't really, got replaced by Mack. You're very excited for next Saturday? Yeah, when there's a whole bunch of games. So he probably has 3 years of experience in this offense. Everybody else has maybe 3 months. Not recently. I mean, you'll see moves happen in the next couple of days or weeks to come because of injuries, whether it just be random things to happen. Good run there by Jacobs. He goes for about 8 or 9 yards. Probably about 9 yards because the extra effort at the end of the play. They're marking it at 9. So it'll be 3rd down and 1 coming up for the Raiders. Wilson versus Broncos Monday Night Football. Ugh. Oh, Wilson versus Seahawks. Yeah, then there's also the Baker plays the Browns. Yeah, there's a lot of good storyline games right away. The Raiders may as well steal our whole team. Are you talking about the Patriots, Furfur? Yeah, this is now the Las Vegas Patriots. We'll see how the Detroit Patriots turned out. This always happens with the Patriots. Someone comes and steals everything from us, and it never turns out good. Streaming Rams Bills? Yeah, of course. I love the NFL games. I'm watching this, dude. I'm watching the Jaguars and the fucking Raiders play each other. Do you see, like, what kind of, like, addiction I have to this crappy game? Like, why am I watching this shit? And why am I actually caring about the plays that are happening? Like, what am I doing with myself? It's like, I could be, I could be productive. I could be writing something right now. That'll be a good pass. That'll be another 1st down for the Raiders. About an 11-yard play to number 87. Of course, the tight end getting involved. Oh, and there's an injury. Well, take him out. That's number 32, Campbell, with an injury on the field. So it looks like it'll be a timeout coming. 10 minutes remain in the 1st quarter. Yeah, go ahead. I don't mind what you do, Furfur. You're fine.
What am I doing? Let me get my guys out of here because.
Wonder how long Jacobs will be in this game. Yeah, probably not very long. I would imagine. I doubt it was even a starter for the Jaguars or a player of concern. I have to mute it because it's a commercial break due to the injury timeout. T. Campbell was the player injured on the play. The Jaguars basically said before this game, no one worth a fuck is playing tonight. They get their very first ever, like, player inducted into the Hall of Fame, right? The very first ever Jaguar. Oh wow, they made a movie about the guy who rescued those kids from those kids from that cave or whatever. Do you think they're gonna have the part about Elon Musk calling him a pedophile in the movie, and then trying to ruin the guy's reputation because he didn't want to use Elon Musk's special submarine to like rescue people or something, and he was like, "Whoa, that guy's a fucking pedophile," and just for no reason called him a pedophile because Elon Musk didn't get to have like the limelight and the glory or some shit. I don't know what the hell his problem was. That was the biggest shit fit I've ever seen. Well, they didn't want to use my submarine. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, But anyway, the first ever Jaguars player was inducted into the Hall of Fame. You think they would have at least started like some of their good players. Scroll up. I've never seen, I'll be honest with you, the only thing that makes me a little bit nervous about hold on, here you go. Our defense is I just don't know what our corners are going to look like. But, we'll see how it plays. I think the game's back on. I ain't unmute until I see, okay, there it goes. All right, game's back on. It's 1st and 10 balls at the Raiders 39. They're going to go with the delayed run. Jacobs goes for a couple. Yeah, I can't wait for the Pats football for real. Yeah. What are you doing? What the fuck, Kenny? Okay. No. And yet the more they watch Trayvon Walker, why would that be a troll, Kenny? The fuck? Can I have the link, please? Yeah, Kenny blocks him.
They just kept seeing more.
You can't ask for the link here.
But right now, their mission is to leave them in one spot.
I don't give a shit, dude.
Learn that and go to work.
You're a pretty rude person, Kenny. You're not really supposed to be doing shit like that. I didn't really know that you were in charge of my channel now. That's cool, at least. That's cool to know. Don't time people out again. You're like, to do that again, I'm just gonna take them out away from you. That was the most annoying thing I think I've ever seen somebody do. Yeah, I don't know why Jacob's playing in this game. There's like a bunch of like fifth stringers and shit going in here. He just had like a 20-yard screen pass. I hope he doesn't get hurt. This is really weird.
No, this is one of their better offensive linemen.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure you're a fake troll, but, you know, I don't let people, like, get pre-banned for something they didn't do. Well, yeah, I mean, it's the Dominican Republic, dude. They're fucking... of course, they're bigger. To be honest, though, in a lot of those fucking countries, they all lie about their age. They're always, like, 2 years older than what they say they are. If they're from South America, it always comes out that the player's like 2 or 3 years older. Like literally every single good every good player from South America, you find out they're like actually like 45. Alright, that's kind of fucked.
Georgia National Championship team, so much talent. You'll see a bunch of it in this preseason and regular season, including what?
I tell you, we're seeing a lot of good.
It was a good play again by this 35, the running back. He just sliced him up. Oh, hold on, I'll be right back.
The entire season. That was a massive block he just put on out there.
25, it's White again with the toss to the left. And he'll pick up 4 yards to the 21-yard line. Cotton's an interesting story, like you said, Chris. He's a guy who the Raiders had. They let go of him a couple of times. He's changed his body, changed his attitude, and he has opened eyes the first 2 weeks of camp.
He really has, and so many people expected Alex Leatherwood, who was the high draft pick, number 1, started at right tackle, moved into guard. But all of a sudden, for some reason, the light went on for Lester Cotton. And he's almost one of those guys that they now talk about. Well, okay,
man, you guys are annoying about asking that tonight. You can scroll up and find it. I'm not talking about links. From now on, I'm just ignoring that question. That's a sack on the play. Why the hell didn't they fucking blow the whistle sooner? I mean, that clearly was that Trayvon Walker, the number 1 pick, actually getting a sack on the play? Yeah, I mean, it's the same kind of basic offense the Patriots ran. Delays, screen, dump off passes to the running backs. I mean, it's all good.
He was too athletic for the people that were guarding him, and then he would come in and make a play. So now they have their headline in Jacksonville. We're good to go for this night.
Number 1 pick, not a bust. We're good, right? Well, 3rd and 10.
Stidham gets sacked for another sack. Back-to-back sacks by the Jaguars on the play. Number 49 on that one. That is one thing that you're going to have to deal with the Jaguars, is they're going to have a nasty pass rush with guys like Trayvon Walker and Josh Allen. No, the Wildcats was stupid because running backs are useless. Dude, everyone acts like the Wildcat ran wild on the league for like 4 years or something. It went like this. It went 10 weeks of a good system and then was just destroyed by the Patriots. It literally was like, brought out and like it beat up on the Patriots, and then, oh boy, that went the other way really, really quickly. Another field goal by the Raiders makes it 6-0. They're going to go to a commercial break, so I'm going to kind of like pre-mute it up. Yeah, poor Stidham. You think Walker always... Yeah, he's playing good tonight. Against, you know, pretty much the backup teams. Both backup teams are looking pretty backup-y. I don't know. Raiders put up 6 points, though. But no, the NFL, the Wildcats dead. We'll probably see something more along the lines of receivers starting to do something. Yeah, once the gimmick was gone, it was no good. It was never a sustainable thing. As soon as people figured out how to like tell it what to do with the Wildcat play, it was like, all right, this is dumb. Now the thing you have to worry about is there are a number of wide receivers in the league who were quarterbacks in college or high school, and they actually can throw the ball like 40 or 50 yards. And as the league becomes more like jet sweeps and more like end arounds and more things like that, you may actually start running into teams that actually know how to utilize receivers throwing well. Well, I mean, we'll see. I mean, you still see. I don't know. Wildcat is still kind of ran, but it's just not really like. I don't think the running back position is going to be a real thing anymore pretty soon. I wouldn't really put much stock into the position myself personally. I'd be like, I don't know. I guess we'll draft a guy in like the 4th round and hope he's good. I mean, I guess you could argue that strategy has hurt the Bills and the Chiefs. They don't pay any attention to the running back position whatsoever. You think that's how it's going to play out, Lent? Do you just say, why are you comparing them? Is because I don't get why there's rivalry between the guy, because they went 1 and 2. And Walker will be just like every other good Jags player, traded to a different team in 2 years. If he's actually good, Walker won't be on the Jaguars in 2 years. So it's like, whoa, cool. It's only temporary purgatory for the good players. And I've literally seen 0 people compare Walker to Nick Bosa. The only player I've seen compared to Nick Bosa, Joey Bosa, the Watt brothers, has literally been Aiden Hutchinson. I mean, he plays literally like a fucking Bosa. Like, I don't even know. He literally plays like Nick Bosa. I don't know. If anyone's going to turn out to be like Nick Bosa, I'm pretty sure it's going to wind up being Aiden Hutchinson. I see Walker as a Khalil Mack type. Very, very good at sacking the quarterback, but it's probably going to struggle in passing and rush defense. If that makes sense. Anyway, game's back on.
To be here and amongst so many great players that have paved the way and set a standard in our game.
Yeah.
Such a unique brother.
Yeah.
And got a chance to sit down with a bunch of people.
Anyway, 1st and 10 here. Ball's at the 25.
Experience in their journey. And wow.
Patriots win the opener 24-20. Okay. Yeah. 9/11 will be good. It's a weird thing to say because that's when the season pretty much starts. Hold on 1 second.
Well, that's such an iconic photo. It really kind of encapsulates everything in terms of what a community we're a part of. And it takes the shoulders of other people to lean on, to carry you. And we do. We stand on those people's shoulders, and we're part of a community. And you just want to make sure that you do your part as a player. You're accountable to that guy, and you play hard for that guy and hope they do the same for you. But that picture really is special to me.
Well, fumble. Raiders picked it up, and number 50. I believe the Raiders have recovered the fumble. That is the Raiders football. Is Sunday ticket even worth it?
There's contact on the front end, yeah. There's contact, so.
But the officials typically are going to let.
I don't know. I think Sunday ticket's actually good because it doesn't black out local market games. That's not a fumble. He looks down.
Quick expedited review gets the ball back in the spot. It'll be 3rd and 5 for the.
I hope they got rid of the taunting rules and they let people go back to taunting. What was wrong with taunt? I never understood why that even became a penalty. I was like, was that even an actual problem? That ball was incomplete. It was ruled not a fumble.
You know, for me, it's really just being
Or he was ruled down or whatever the hell it was called. That was a down play. That was a completion first down.
Softened and teachable in moments where you know you need to get better. And for me, it was always
Yeah, I haven't really heard anyone ever complain about the NFL streaming stuff, but
and for the players, and I just attribute that to just being open-minded and being teachable.
if there's, I don't know if they're still calling the, I mean, oh yeah, like a rev, hip check someone and they call them. I mean, yeah, hip checking is not really taunting. That's like a hip check.
You suffered a brutal leg injury, which nearly cost you your career. But you not only came back the next year, you were the
Just watch the stream on like mess streams or crack streams.
Everyone I talked to said,
Or when NFL 66 comes back, we use that. That's the same thing as MLB 66.
perseverance come from.
You know the guys who run the MLB 66 thing? They run an NFL stream site too, and they're just not doing this game. Or else it'd be that would be the one we're using. First down though for the Jaguars. Looks like there's a scoring coming. Maybe. I don't really pay much attention to the scoreboards. I'm gonna listen to Dr. Green Thumb, still listening to the stream. For sure.
All right, well, congratulations. This is so exciting to have all the family members here, and we just wish you the best this weekend.
Thank you so much.
Great visit, Melissa. Thank you.
I know NBC changes it pretty often. You're gonna see Brady. You're just gonna see Brady play in person. Oh, that's pretty cool. You get to go see what, the Bucks in a Browns game or something.
Yeah, Jake Luton with a really nice throw on a few plays prior where he started looking to the right, came back to his check down, and it was one of the things that he talked to us about, that he wanted to be more of that.
Jaguars are moving a little bit competently here. They have the ball second down and 6 at the Raiders 43. I want to say 42. Yeah, we'll call it the 42 because they probably went a yard. So it'll be 3rd and 2.
When he had those 3 starts, 2 of them were at Green Bay and against Pittsburgh. Tough starts to be thrown
The
in.
AFC North is the hood of the NFL. That's a hilarious statement.
Stuck with him as he prepares for this year.
Yeah, it's a weird number to think about. but
You have literally a.
number all quarterbacks have to figure out. 2.5 seconds is how long.
You have Detroit and Chicago in one
gone to the shotguns. They don't have time to get
in one conference, and you're like a team with Cincinnati and Ohio and a bunch of Ohio and Pittsburgh is the hood. I would.
He tried to get it to Tim Jones, the first-year man out of Southern Miss. Darius Phillips was in coverage. Can the quarterbacks like a Trevor Lawrence develop just that second nature of
Phil's in a weird mood. He wants to fight with somebody today.
Well, I mean, the stunning part about it is, in college, it's probably 3.5 seconds. You
Right.
play on Clemson or Alabama with those great offensive lines.
Say Detroit and Chicago got.
Then you
Are,
come here and it's
I don't know. I guess Baltimore, Cincinnati, and Cleveland are pretty fucking hooded out, and Pittsburgh.
seconds, so they know.
Yeah, that's pretty good. It's pretty close.
Brian Santoso's got a big leg.
It's actually pretty close. It's probably not as far off. Why the hell? I guess I just started fucking up. Ugh. Either way, field goal was no good.
5 weeks from tonight, the season begins anew in
The
Las
Jaguars are
Vegas.
already shitty. But it's a commercial break, so I'm muting the audio. 6-0 here with 47 seconds. I don't know why they just went to a commercial break with 40 seconds, but remember the NFL. Fox is hosting the Super Bowl. Yeah, her. That's pretty crazy. I thought he actually meant like the names of the. I thought he meant like the cities were actually like hoodie, but I didn't know he meant like the players. Okay, the game's back out. I was gonna say, are they really doing a commercial, like a full-on commercial break when they just gotta like run the ball once, and they'll go to a commercial break? Yeah, I was gonna say, oh, they fumbled the snap. Oh, Jimmy, man, Jarrett Stidham really wasn't gonna be the guy, huh? Oh, that wasn't Jarrett Stidham. It's Nick. It's fucking Nick Mullins. How the hell is this guy still in the league still? And people are like, no, Colin Kaepernick wasn't fucking blackballed, dude. He's just not in the league because he isn't any good, dude. And this fucking guy who can't even take a snap's in the league, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm sure, okay. Keep telling yourself that he wasn't kicked out of the league for what he was doing there. But, like, he's pretty sure the NFL lost that suit or settled against him. Kind of. It's not even Stidham anymore. It's Nick Mullins. And, like, oh, goddamn. I keep forgetting this is the NFL, though, and they... Yeah, Cap actually was almost a Raider, ironically enough, but I don't think his workout went very. I think he's done. I think he's done and got enough left in the tank. Because, like, he was an athletic more of an athletic quarterback, so at more of an advanced age, he's probably, you know, it might be a little bit, Anyway, that's the end of the first quarter. Raiders lead 6-0 at the end of the first quarter. No one's really surprised by that. Vegas has the ball. It'll be third and... Holy shit, is it really 3rd and 27? I missed the last play. They really went backwards. Jesus Christ. You got what player did you get? Yeah, Lions should be excited. Yeah, Lions will be interesting. I think every team has salute to service gear. You think so, Went? Why is that? I'm a Patriots fan. You don't think they're going to have an offense? I don't know. They have a decent offense, right? Like, I mean, they have one of the, like, I'd say a top 5 O-line. Outside of, like, right guard, their offensive line is pretty well perfect. You got Ragnar, you've got Taylor Decker, you've got Penei Sewell. There's, like, the guards are actually, like, not that bad. You could just say that they're the Lions, but that's like a lazy level of analysis. If they're bad, it's like you don't get to be like, well, I was right. My guess was because they were the Lions, they were bad. Like that makes you kind of like that's a shitty argument. So like when all evidence kind of proves that if they would have had like an actual kicker last year, they would have won like a lot more games. I don't know. A lot of one-possession games lost last year. Usually that's a sign of teams turning things around and is going to be pretty close to the following season once they get their offense and defense a little bit more surefire, which, I don't know, Detroit kind of did that.
They're playing really hard.
We'll see.
Sloppy. All right, so you said it would be surreal coming back. This is a homecoming for you. What's it actually like?
Yeah, it's surreal.
They have Amon-Ra St. Brown, who was the best rookie wide receiver outside of, who was that, Devonta Smith or whatever. And obviously Jamar Chase, who was a different guy. They have Josh Reynolds, TJ Hawkinson. Amon-Ra St. Brown, you mean literally a guy who had 90 catches as a rookie sucks? That's weird. What makes Amon-Ra St. Brown a bad wide receiver? Like, what actually, like, are you talking about? If Jared Goff is a mid quarterback, then how was St. Brown like the second best receiver as a rookie for like the rookie receivers outside of literally like.
We've done a million of their games,
right? But Hawkinson's involved in the passing game, so he's used heavily in the offense. So, like, I'm trying to defend you by saying you said no wide receivers. Typically, tight ends are used as wide receivers, guys, especially like Hawkinson. Oh, shit. That's a good completion, number 1. He gets all the way down to about the 8-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Or 1st and goal for the Raiders, ball to the 8.
He's started 17 games in his career, and one of the guys they're excited about is number 1.
I would say the Lions actually have decent talent. I would say DeAndre Swift is a good running back. Jamal Williams is a good running back, is a good backup. DeAndre Swift's problem's only been he's been hurt. Hate to tell you, but I think you're like... And the Lions' defense, yeah, I would say their defense is questionable, but didn't the Lions also hold a lot of really good teams to like 16 points last year in a lot of games? Like, I think their defense was actually criminally underrated. with a lot of very, very, very young players on the Lions defense. Like, I think their entire secondary was rookies, and they had one guy, like, number 24, Ifaluflu or some shit like that. And he was literally one of the best coverage corners by the end of the season. And they're getting, I don't know, man. I think you're underestimating the Lions. They're still a 6 or 7 win team, but they could seriously be a dark horse team this year. We're better than we are last year, Caden. Where did we get worse? And where didn't we improve? We got more wide receivers. We got another running back. We got younger at the position. We got younger at the offensive line. We improved our defense by getting younger and faster. The only player we lost was J.C. Jackson. And has the Patriots ever lost on giving up on a corner? Ever once? Outside of Darrelle Revis, who was already an all-pro before he came to New England, have we ever, like, lost on just being like, see ya? Yeah, I remember when we gave up on Logan Ryan, and that was the worst thing in the world the Patriots ever did. The Patriots were never going to win again without Logan Ryan. I understand you guys got better with Tyreek Hill, but you do realize everybody knows. I mean, yeah, and you know what's funny? You guys, everyone talking all this shit on the Patriots and saying we weren't a good team, like all these Chargers and these Dolphins fans. It's like, we literally made the playoffs and you motherfuckers haven't yet. And you're like, oh, it's just because of your coaching. And then in the same breath, you'll say shit like, Brady's the only reason that you guys won any games. It had nothing to do with Bill Belichick. Those days are over. So what was it last year? Why did the Patriots make the playoffs? Was it because Mac Jones is a good young quarterback, or is it because Bill Belichick's a good coach and the Patriots just got refueled in their back? I mean, it's one of two fucking things. Which is it? Yeah, that's also, by the way, the Patriots, if you look at, they could have won 13 games last year if they score like 2 games different, like literally 2 points. There was like games where they'd lose by a point, literally one single point. Like, the Patriots could have been a 13-win team last year if they scored 7 points different. Like, that's exactly right, Mike. I completely forgot about that point, that we could have won the division. Like, I just don't understand what metric are people using on the Patriots to determine, like, what, like, I'm just confused. That's all it really is. The Raiders scored a touchdown, by the way. It's 6-13-0.
And I remember how much work I put in to get on the field to win. And when you won, there's not much better feeling.
So I didn't like the Dolphins, who had the same schedule, like, benefit, or the Chargers, who didn't have a very hard schedule, benefit from, like, you know, their... You know, the Patriots and the Dolphins played almost the same teams, right? Like, the exact same schedules. Almost, like, down to, like, the science, except for maybe one team. Cool, and we made the playoffs. They didn't. Don't give a shit. What did beating us twice? Is that an award you get in the season? No, they don't, Mike. Most people don't understand because they just like to, like, point out when the Patriots do bad. But, like, so I'm just confused. Patriots make the playoffs last year over these great teams like the Chargers and the Dolphins, and they have these better young quarterbacks, you know, but, like, Mac's already been in the league shorter amounts of time. He's only in his second year, and he's already got more playoff appearances than Tua and Justin Herbert put together. Sheesh.
For me, it was a short career because I got hurt. It's you never know, and the fact that the people make the decision debated it long and hard, and
you know, the only reason that Miami beat us during that stretch was there's a very specific reason Miami was winning those games against the Patriots. Can you guess the one reason that you guys suddenly could beat the Patriots? I'll wait. I'll wait till you get. I'll give you a. I'll tell you why you were suddenly able to crack the Patriots. Yeah, I remember the. Please tell me who. Yeah, I can't wait till you tell me why the Dolphins suddenly could beat the Patriots. Please tell me. Remember when the Lions destroyed the Patriots too? In 2019. Remember when Brady got beat by the Lions like 34-14? to the point where Brady got so mad by the end of the game, he fucking threw his helmet off on the field and walked off. Yeah, that happened against the Detroit Lions when Matt Patricia was the head coach. Weird. Oh, wait, Brian Flores was the head coach when it was... Huh. I wonder if it was Brian Flores, the defensive, one of like the best defensive coordinators to come out of New England, understanding and being like the disciple and like Bill Belichick's chosen like handpicked guy to be like I wonder if that guy like has a deep understanding of how to play a Bill Belichick team, and now that he's not the coach anymore, I wonder what that means for the Miami Dolphins when they play the Patriots.
You know, he's fighting cancer, and we knew he probably wouldn't make it, and which is a tough time. And he was a proud man. He didn't want to admit that he wasn't going to be there. And so, not knowing whether I'd make it or not, my wife and Eric and Kay got together and they convinced him. And he fought it. He didn't want to do it. He was a proud man, and they did a 9-minute interview with him. And so Angie surprised me at the event.
So what does McDaniel know about Bill Belichick's system and the insights of the Patriots, like the philosophies of the Patriots' entire system? What does McDaniel know about like why would McDaniel know how Bill Belichick's brain operates as good as Flores was, who worked there, who was being trained to be like a replacement potentially, if Bill decided to walk away? You do understand, like, it doesn't matter. You don't have the key one. When the Patriots played us again, like, the Patriots are going to kill the Lions when they play them again. You don't understand. They still have Patriots guys on that team. Like, you don't understand. The reason you guys were winning was because of Brian Flores. You guys had shit figured out, and you were barely beating us with a rookie quarterback, by the way. And Cam Newton. That's not very good. You know, the only reason you beat us week 1 was because our fucking running back fumbled. Like, the Dolphins fans are in for a rude surprise. Yeah, that's the only thing Miami knows, is that McDaniel was like the fucking 9th choice for them at that point. Dude, but still, I'm still wondering, why is it though? So, is Bill just not a good? Do you think Bill Belichick's a bad coach, Caden? Just like not very good, like, and it was all Brady, I'm guessing. Like, you seem like one of them fans, and I'm gonna be honest, you probably. So then, why are you saying a team that has a pretty seems to have a great young what's wrong with Mac? You know? Hey, what's up? I'm glad you're finding out, man. I appreciate. I really like to. I try to engage with chat as much as I can, Gayu. Mac Jones is already making changes to the Patriots system that he's the beneficiary of, by the way. Mac Jones is already so advanced in the goddamn offense right now. Mac Jones is making changes in practices to the coaches, going, hey, this isn't how we should be running this play. We should be doing this, 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 and this. And Bill Belichick's going, yeah, that's fucking right. That's the right call. Why is he gonna be? Oh, you know what's funny, Caden? You know what every Chargers fan said to me? Yeah, Stidham plays for the Raiders now. Yep. You know what every Chargers fan said to us last year about Hunter Henry? Oh, have fun. He's only gonna play 5 games. Do you know what the Patriots do better than every other team in the NFL? I think player prevention of injury. And you want to know why they do that? And Kendrick Bourne, who also played a full set of games for the first time in his entire life, had the same reaction. So did Hunter Henry. The Patriots know and understand that a lot of football injuries come from soft tissue and soft muscle injury. It'll be like, because you're like dehydrated, you'll have this happen. So one of the things that the Patriots do very, very well that prevent injuries like we just seen happening is they make sure that players' like hydration levels are very high. They're very well taken care of by like the trainers. They have like these vitamin checkers and shit. Kendrick Bourne talked about how much different it is when he was on the 49ers, where they're not as strict, versus the Patriots. Like there's an actual there's dedicated because you know the Patriots probably have a bunch of dudes from Harvard that got employed as like fucking medical staff, and they're like, no, do this and this and this and this, and you'll never get injuries. And they understand like soft tissue, like and the Patriots understand that. And I think a lot of the things you'll see with guys who usually are injury prone then come to New England and they never get hurt again, it's literally something to do with hydration. I'm telling you, it's something other teams don't do right. Because why did Hunter Henry suddenly just not get hurt last year? Or Kendrick Bourne just not get hurt last year? Despite them both being used way more than they were ever used in their careers prior to last year. You know what I mean? Like, there's actually, like, something to that.
But definitely a factor was the uncertainty around Aaron Rodgers.
First down for the 44.
Yeah, the Jags are playing no starters. Like, this is a complete, I mean, the game's almost over. The Raiders are about to score again, it looks like. They're just moving it. Yeah, I don't understand what makes you, well, I guess Mac did just lose his offensive coordinator. So I guess that's the one reason, but, like, do you know who his new offensive coordinator is then? Motherfucking Bill Belichick is now his offensive coordinator. Oh, man. Darn.
Protected Tom Brady back in the day forever. That inside-out blocking scheme, and so far it is working right now.
And you know what's sad is, like, I don't even say Tua's a bad quarterback, and all I do is have to, like, defend Mac Jones against mean Miami fans. All I say is Tua doesn't have the strongest arm, and if Miami doesn't figure out how to utilize that properly, they're going to have some problems. But, I mean, you can literally work around not having a strong arm. But Miami seems to think that they're going to be airing the ball out for 90 yards of play. And it's like, why? Why do that? Why be fucking stupid and only have 2 minutes of possession if that actually works out? Wow, that's cool. You gave the ball right back to the Patriots. They ran it for 8 minutes. Now you got to score again in 2 minutes or else the quarter's over.
We know the dad, right? Mike Lombardi, who's been around football for longer than all of us have. And so it's great to see that next generation coming along here. And Josh McDaniels, you know, he got the job really early.
I'm an honest football fan. I try to be at least. You know, the only problem I have with Tua's literally so fucking accurate. It's him and, like, the funniest thing about Tua and Mac Jones, they're the same quarterback. Mac Jones just has a slightly stronger arm. Like, that's the best thing about the Mac Jones and Tua. Like, Mac just seems to, like, understand football a little bit better than Tua. And Tua is maybe used to be slightly more athletic and maybe a little bit more accurate of a passer. Because the Buccaneers said they were going to take him with the 33rd pick of the draft. Go fuck yourself. And everyone would have said, wow, what a great pick by Jason Light and the Bucs. Dude, if the Bucs literally would have picked him at 33 like they said they were going to, you know Cole Strange was actually very well known by, like, every team, right? No, Mike, let him think that Cole Strange is a bad pick. Let him keep thinking that Cole Strange was, for some reason, a bad pick. So, yeah, okay, sure, yeah, he's just a terrible player that every good team wanted to draft. You know the Bucs were going to pick him, right? No, the Buccaneers were going to take him at 33. They've openly said this. Was I the only one who heard the Bucs literally say, no, yeah, we were going to take Cole Strange at 33, but he got took. You know that's why the Patriots didn't trade back again too? Because the Buccaneers told them, hey, we're fucking taking Strange if he's there. That kid's really good. Like, do you not, like, follow the NFL and only listen to, like, Twitter takes and shit, man? Like, because I really follow the NFL. And, like, we're kind of, like, I've, like, literally been hearing different things. I don't know. Cole Strange is also pretty much already the starter. Like, it's not even a question. He's already a machine. I don't know. Yeah, because the Patriots, you know, they typically draft bad linemen. I mean, the Patriots are so good at offensive line building that Matt Patricia, one of the Patriots' biggest disciples, went to Detroit and drafted Frank Ragnow, Taylor Decker, Tyrell Crosby, and then they got Penei Sewell after he left. Literally, do you know the Patriots are so good at, like, understanding and, like, figuring out what are going to be good offensive linemen? Guys like Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia can be sent off to Detroit and build them the best line in the NFL. That's not Brad Holmes' offensive line. He literally picked Penei Sewell. That's the easiest draft pick in planet Earth. Wow, Penei Sewell. Okay, we'll take him. He's good. That's his addition to the offensive line. Everyone else was put there by Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia. So the Patriots, you have to understand, they don't miss offense. Like, they're so good at evaluating and understanding offensive line players. Even guys like Matt Patricia, who are like just disciples of the Patriots, can show the fuck up somewhere and go, yeah, but grab him, and you got offensive line that's really good. And now the Lions, literally, because of the Patriots coaching and GM situation they had a couple years ago, have one of the best lines in the NFL, like the Patriots always do. Yeah, I don't know why they also aren't drafting, why didn't you guys draft any good offensive linemen in the first round? Oh, wait a minute. You traded away your first round picks for a fucking wide receiver, which you didn't need, and, okay. Yeah, literally, you know your team that desperately needed to protect their future quarterback, like your like good young quarterback went, took a receiver instead of and traded their entire future for a receiver, and then just went, fuck, we forgot about the offensive line. We should have probably. Hey, Richard Seymour, remember when I debated that one dude about Richard Seymour getting in the Hall of Fame? And he's like, dude, no, that's too many of the Patriots from that dynasty getting into the Hall of Fame. They'll never put Richard Seymour in the Hall of Fame. And I was like, yeah, they will. They're going to put more Patriots in the Hall of Fame, too. Watch. It's going to get annoying at one point how many Patriots are going to be in the Hall of Fame.
So many terrific players on those Super Bowl Patriots, the first part of the run.
Yeah, 100%. You literally, the offensive line is the most important thing in the NFL. Yeah. Literally, if you're building a team, the first thing you do is put a line on it. If you don't, you're a shit organization. That's why I'm in the Lions actually working on their offense and defensive line shows me that like the current regime in Detroit actually understands the game of football. I mean, the QB class was bad. Yeah, I mean, I'm not shitting on you guys about Tua. I'm not on that. I don't know if you guys have enough to protect him. Because, again, he's pretty.
You know what? To say I'm honored doesn't begin to quantify the depth of.
And you know what's funny about everybody talking shit about the Rams and Cole Strange and like going like they wanted to draft him and they said they were going to draft him at like the third round. The Rams, if they would have had a first round pick, they would have drafted Cole Strange with their first round pick. That was basically what that meant. Like they literally wanted him too very badly. Every good team wanted Cole Strange as a guard, as like the third pick, because there was a couple really other good guards. There was some fucking monsters in this class. But Cole Strange went to Chattanooga, Tennessee. If he had gone to like Notre Dame, he'd have been a top 5 fucking guard pick. He literally scores out higher than fucking Wreck-It Ralph, the idiot from Notre Dame himself. What's his actual name? Everyone calls him Wreck-It Ralph. The fucking Quentin Nelson. He literally scores out higher than Quentin Nelson did as a draft prospect. Like, I mean, I'm talking like he was a 99. There's literally no error in Cole Strange thing. Yeah, we'll be doing Lions games. What's up, Ven? How you doing, buddy?
He's the visionary. Coach Belichick is a mastermind, and so for him to draft me 6 overall out of the university.
Yeah, he follows them. Man, I'm so happy Richard Seymour's in the Hall of Fame. Every time a Patriot gets in the Hall of Fame, an angel gets their wings. Did you know that? That's been a lot of Patriots in the Hall of Fame. Tyreek, I don't know why he went to Miami. I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? He literally got like $3 million more to go to a shitty. I don't know. I'm happy for him because he really wanted to go there.
That taught me so much from Brewski, Vrabel. You just name it. Like all of those are my guys, and I feel so blessed and honored. And
yeah, exactly, Tom. The Time Warrior, the Patriots suck.
Like I said, this weekend really isn't about me. This weekend is about so many that is, and even I'll say this.
Why not be a Chargers fan?
Listen to so many
You fucked up. Caden, you're a built-in Padres fan. You could just be like, I'm a Chargers fan.
With those guys and share the stories, and I'm just really like just sitting there like a kid, you know, in the ice cream store. So it's, you know, to say I'm honored, you know, it's an understatement.
Like you're like you got the Padres locked in. You're like, I hate the. It's like, nah, I fucking hate the Chargers. Yeah, I'm the same way. I love the Padres, but I have nothing. I have no use for the Chargers. Actually, I don't hate the Chargers. I just have no use for them. They're just a useless team.
As the letters written to the selection committee from Belichick, unquestionably key player. Don't believe we would have won the 3 championships.
Yeah, nobody cares that they're from they're still the San Diego Chargers.
A menace, cornerstone of the Patriots dynasty, deserves to be recognized and is for his contributions here.
I'm starting my own movement, by the way.
Hall of Fame.
We're just gonna turn them back into the San Diego Chargers. We're just I'm gonna purposely we're gonna start our own movement here on the channel. We're gonna see if we can get everyone calling them the San Diego Chargers again, because that's funnier. And I genuinely yeah, Terron Armstead's pretty good though. I mean, yeah, I was gonna say I think Miami did sign Terron Armstead, but I don't know if he's. I mean, wasn't he like 31 or 32 already?
He was willing to be coached, and the improvement that he showed during the course of his career led him to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, but I mean, San Diego Chargers is way funnier and probably should still be their name. I'm sorry, Len, but I don't believe in liberal media and name changes. So they're still the San Diego Chargers to me. And these are still the Oakland Raiders. I don't do name changes. And I don't do pronouns. Rob, don't.
Hey, let's throw Rodney Harrison out there.
Fuck, dude, that's so hard to do. Rob doesn't do pronouns. Rob doesn't believe anyone has a pronoun. Rob has to talk in the third person because if he, god damn it, it uses he or I or any of the fucking other words that you just used the pronoun. And he just fucked his own joke up. This game is boring as shit. But I can't stop watching it.
They head off the field, looking at the big board, see if it was a catch or not. Let's look at number 1 on the sideline.
Yeah, well, that's part of the issue. I don't think there's any question at all about Tyron Johnson and his physical.
You're going to SoFi Week 14 though? That's pretty cool.
Been developed as a receiver.
Yeah, I'm just fucking around. I just think it's funny to just come up with and just be against name changes in general.
Sort of the master of the toe tap.
I think every team should just do what the soccer teams do and just be called football team or football club. I think that's the smartest way to do it because team names are goofy and fucking people lose their minds about them. So you had an injury-prone left tackle and a right guard who was the second most penalized player in the hidden. Oh, man. These Miami fans are getting lit up right now. This game is boring as shit, but I can't stop watching it. Peter. Yeah, that's probably how everyone feels right now. They're like, I don't even know what's happening in this game. I've just been mindlessly taking it in. McDaniels is really challenging a play in the preseason. I think the ref really just walked up and went, "Are you really challenging something?" Fucking Doug Peterson literally just went, "Oh my fucking god!" You could literally hear him, see him. Dude, Doug Peterson mouthed the words, "Oh my fucking god." He's like, really? Is he really gonna challenge this shit? Who gives a flying fuck? That's the pay that, like, that's such a fucking like annoying challenge. Well, you know, in the regular season I'd challenge it. Yeah, but poor dude, everybody looked annoyed that Josh McDaniels threw the flag, and Josh McDaniels, he knows that shit was annoying. Because if you watched the way that went down, the ref looked like he really said, "Really?" And you seen McDaniels go, "Yup." Like he like shook his head and went, "Yup." And then you like seen Peterson turn his back, and like as he turned away, you just see him. You see very clearly say the word, "Oh my fucking god." I love when you can just see an annoying moment happen and everybody is annoyed that Josh McDaniels is challenging a fucking play in the Hall of Fame game. It's like, Jesus, man. What are you doing, Josh? It's the Hall of Fame game. Who gives a fuck? And he's like, red flag. I don't like that. I don't like that call, Chief. That's the Patriots. We know where he learned that annoying goddamn bullshit from. Yeah, I mean, there's also like, who gives a shit about a bad call in the Hall of Fame game? Literally, like 3 guys do. I don't think so. I don't think so, Peter. I would hope so though. Yeah, they added Bell and fucking Soto. I checked out of baseball. I'm gonna be honest. I've been having trouble like even following the Padres or anything. I barely know what's going on. Yeah, but this is like challenging an incomplete catch. It's not a big deal. Anyway, I think they got it turned into a completed catch. I think even some of the people on the sidelines are trying to ask Josh, like, hey, dude, why'd you challenge that? Are you all right? Is everything okay? Dodgers are too good, though. I don't know, Peter. I'll be honest. I don't really know how they get beat. Padres' best chance is to just hope to God everybody stays healthy and fucking just play for the wild card. Like, just be the best wild card team. Dodgers are unstoppable. Yeah, this is a trial run for the guys in the booth. They are kind of just working it out. Collinsworth and, who is it, Tirico? That's an awkward landing. Dude, I really thought that guy's knee got hurt. He landed so weird. I mean, it's fine challenge. I mean, it was a right call to challenge the play, obviously, but like, it's just a fucking really weird move in this game. And that'll be a first down for the Raiders again. Yeah, it is Kenyon Drake. I'm pretty sure anyway. Everybody went to the Raiders. They're like, we're just going to all go with McDaniels. See, if I was a Raiders fan, I'd be really nervous about having Devontae Adams with Josh McDaniels as a head coach. That guy doesn't really know how to do anything with wide receivers. Oh, what a play! But he dropped it. Johnson incomplete. That was a good try. Yeah, I mean that literally should have been a touchdown. That was a great play great throw by Stidham. Number 1 had the guy beat too, burned his ass. Had him beat on the inside, then he fucking just miffed it. Man. This game is lame. Your beard is weird. See, that's the kind of stuff you expect from the McDaniels offense, a double end around. You know, and Cole Sr. just got knocked out. Jesus Christ. Well, there's 2 of them. Sheesh. Yeah, he just dropped the head on that guy. Number 20 is gonna. That's gonna be a short. He's gonna be in trouble actually. That kind of looks ugly by Thomas. Good hit, but it kind of looked like he might have lowered his head on it. Yeah, he did. Uh-oh. Well, there's an injury on the field, of course. The Raiders. Zach White. I think. I don't know. I don't know who any of these people are that are playing in this game at this point.
Bullet Train and movie theaters tonight. Rated R.
Oh, I gotta mute this shit. I don't hope he's okay. It's just football. Sometimes you die in the game of football. You wear your heart and your dick out there and you get it smashed off by an alien in a jet ski accident, and that's the NFL, baby. I don't ever feel bad when a player gets hurt. I'm like, it's tough cookies, pussy. Yeah, blood, sweat, and tears, baby. I go off. Yeah, I mean, the referees are the biggest names in this game at this point, which is quite the statement. I don't think I'm going to watch past halftime. I'm going to be real honest, guys. My attention to this game is waning quickly. But I'll stay as live as, as long as the interest is there. Hey, we're at 24 likes, which I'm surprised about. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Very kind. I didn't expect to even get that many or have that many views on this stream, to be honest with you. I'm going to be shocked if this is at 100. Oh, 173. That's not terrible. That's a weird. It's a weird one. That's a weird one. You don't need to be here. It's you're just starting to get weird. Went gave himself up that he's the troll. Yeah, see, Nathan, all I have to do is wait like 30 seconds and not answer like 2 of that guy's statements, and he loses his mind and reveals himself as the idiot who makes spam accounts all the time. You notice that the only things he said were just contradictory things to the things I was saying? I want you guys to pay attention to how quickly I noticed that idiot's was on that account. Let's see how long this account's existed for. Oh, let me guess. Joined August 4th, 2022. Oh, wow. Made right before the stream started, probably. Sad life, man. I'm like a bad drug that guy can't quit. Anyway, that'll be the last play before the first half ends. Or before the second, before the, what the fuck? 2-minute warning. I have to get back in the NFL. Yeah, that's old news, Caden. We've literally talked about the Padres getting Juan Soto. I think me and you have discussed that. Anyway, it's a 2-minute warning coming up. 2-minute warning. Raiders are up 13-0. They have it 3rd and 7 at the Jacksonville 27. 3rd and 7 at the Jacksonville 27. So it'll probably be, yeah. The football people are about to be like, God, we don't do baseball talking this shit. Oh, yeah, it's very cool that they got Soto, though. Bell, Soto, Ader. Very good group of acquisitions. They got rid of Hosmer finally, which is nice. Now I don't have to root for a former Royal anymore. But again, my season's kind of over for baseball till the Tigers fire Scott Coolbaugh. I can no longer support a team that employs a coach as poorly, as retarded as Scott Coolbaugh is. I don't know how every player is in a slump. Every single Detroit Tiger is in a hitting slump. I literally don't know how the coaching is not being blamed. So I'm boycotting. I'm done until they fire the hitting coach. And maybe even AJ Hinch, he can't coach very good, I don't think. Yeah. That's how baseball works. It sucks. When you sign a player, it's forever. Like you always have to pay that player. Baseball, the MLBPA may not be very good, but the one thing they did figure out very smartly was, well, they don't got shit for talent if we don't play, so we're gonna get all the guaranteed money in the world. You fully guarantee all our contracts, or we don't play. And if there is no, and you can't really replace pro baseball players. Like, you can put a bunch of college baseball players out there, and it will look noticeably worse. It'll be one of them things where, like, it's like, oh, we can't have this. We literally just couldn't have baseball without these guys. We can. I feel like that's like hockey. You could probably get away with it because, you know, most people don't really know that very well. They'd be like, I don't even know who the regular guys are anyway. But, like, could you imagine no MLB stars in the MLB, and it's just like a bunch of, like, have you ever seen what, like, minor league baseball looks like sometimes? You're like, I might have been better than some of these guys that are out here. How the fuck did they get here and I didn't? They're just like 6'3", and like that's literally why they're in that league. Or like, have you ever been to like a Savannah Bananas type game for like semi-pro baseball? But like for some, like even football, you can see it in these spring leagues. That's why these players are starting to get this money, because I think that once they realize that if the NFL players just like the NFLPA is probably one of the strongest. Well, the MLBPA's got the best. They're clearly in. I don't know. The NBA players union is really good. They don't even get like drug tested anymore. I think the only literal thing you get drug tested for in the NBA is like steroids, and I don't even think they drug test for steroids because, you know, LeBron. I don't know if he does steroids or not. Kind of looks like he does, but like I can't tell if that's just like he's like a freak. Savannah, Georgia. I'm pretty sure it's in Georgia. So I mean, there's like cool shit, but like it's like terrible product. Like the actual game would be bad if they didn't have these like guys. So like they could, like baseball is like, I think baseball is the worst with it because like I don't know, the NBA I guess would be pretty bad too if all the players left and a bunch of dudes like me showed up there. But see, it'd be funny to watch me play up there. I'd be like, you know, if I like. Because I'd be a scab if I could be a scab. I would go be one immediately. Be like, hey, I'll be out there. I'll fucking play for the Lions if you need me. And they'd be like, nah, we're good, dude. We don't need you. Be like, are you sure? I'm fine. I'll be wearing a cape and shit, like in one of them embarrassing ass what's that one movie about Vincent Papale, Invincible. Remember when they made, like, there was like one really good football movie and then Hollywood went, we got to make a lot of football movies, and they were all really gay. They made like We Are Marshall, which was like a halfway decent like movie because it was based off of like an actual like series of events that happened. Because usually football movies are all kind of gay. Like they're like super gay.
That's the memory you came back when you came to Kansas. I played 4 plays. Third and 8 coming up. We mentioned Josh.
Because like they just don't know how to make football movies cool. Like, have you ever seen a cool football? Like literally, other than like they're always kind of gay. They just don't feel really cool. Like they like for a game as cool as football, the best thing they got is Remember the Titans. That's a really good one. But and I guess since you make Remember the Titans, do you really ever got to make another like? You got to make another movie ever again in this like subject? You know what I mean? Like, oh wow, the Raiders just scored another one. It's about to be 20-0. But like after you make Remember the Titans, do you actually got to make another football movie? Does another one need to exist? I keep forgetting. Yeah, so maybe they just don't really. They're like, we got We Are Marshall, and we got Remember the Titans. What do you guys got to compete? Baseball's like, well, we've got like Field of Dreams and the Sandlot. It's like, yeah, you know what? Fuck, they got some pretty good ones over at baseball. What about basketball? They got Space Jams and, but like football is literally like, well, we gotta remember the Titans and yeah, I think we got the best sports movie though. It's hard to beat Remember the Titans. That's the funniest thing about it. Like you can look at all of the other sports movies, right, and see how many like great. See, that's the problem is baseball has really good movies attached to like really great movies attached to baseball. Like Sandlot, for example, might be one of the best sports movies of all time. Just like Field of Dreams. Like they actually they've like I don't know. They should make a Sandlot. Like baseball right now is doing cool shit where they're like doing the Field of Dream games, right? Like I still understand how they haven't like decided to go with like a Sandlot edition of that. You know how cool that would have been? To see like them set up like a Sandlot style field and like play baseball on that, like start the game like because it would have been a day game because you know the Little League they can only really play night games once a year. God, Sandlot was a good movie.
No one, and I mean no one, told a story like Vin Scully. Patriots with the return for the Jaguars.
Oh, that was a nice return.
No matter the sport,
Yep. No, it was a weird return at the end.
baseball, or even golf. Golf called the Masters, as a matter of fact.
Oh, the Tigers aren't winning? I'm surprised. The Tigers are a very good team. The great hitting coach. I'm surprised they haven't scored more runs.
So many people in Los Angeles talk about how Vin Scully's voice is, and will always be Dodger baseball.
Well, it's 20-0. I'm pretty sure we figured out who's won this game. We'll see what the Jaguars have to offer here, though, in the 2-minute offense. Minute 30 remaining in the second quarter. Padres lost 7-3. Angels, I heard, hit like 5 home runs or some shit, and they lost still. So I'm like, all right, well, it could be worse. We could be the A's or the Angels and have Mike Trout and be one of the worst teams somehow still.
And one of the things the Jags have to do a better job of is these swing routes, get somebody down the field, get these athletes. They really like their tight
Mike
end.
Trout
They think that
reminds me of Justin Herbert.
Of course, Doug Peterson, you know, from Philly days, he loves those tight ends.
And I don't know why, but I feel like that's a really good comparison and going to be a really good comparison. And I feel like I'm going to be right about that. He's going to put up big numbers and be like this all-star and never contribute to like any significant impact to the league other than personal numbers and like being a star. Like I literally don't know what the fascination with Mike Trout is. What, he gets hurt every fucking year and then he plays 120 games and hits really good in fucking 80 of them? Oh, sweet.
I think especially for Trevor Lawrence, he's going to
Every year he gets hurt? Yeah, that's crazy.
If you're throwing to the tight ends, if you're throwing to Christian Kirk.
Has he ever played 135 games in a season? Has he ever played 125 games in a season? Like, I know it's a weird take, but I really don't understand the Mike Trout thing. I know he hits really well and plays great defense, but it's like, yeah, so do a bunch of guys. So the fuck what? What does Mike Trout's numbers actually contribute to the like? What have they contributed to? Nothing. That's the little secret answer. He has all these great numbers and all this greatness to him, and it's done nothing for the Angels. In fact, they're a bad baseball team.
Quickly came out to check on him.
Oh boy, he's really? Watt's already got Mitch 3 times. Another injury.
You want everything to change right away, right?
Yeah, the second half, I don't think we're doing this one. I'll stay around for a little while and talk after the first half ends, but I don't know, guys. I think they're literally going to a commercial break. Oh, okay, they're just doing a quick timeout. Cause, I mean, the pass is almost over.
is the offensive coordinator, the younger brother of Zach Taylor, who took the Bengals as the head
Who the
coach.
fuck is Press Taylor? Is that Zach Taylor's brother?
With Peterson in Philadelphia as well, was with Indianapolis last year.
Frank Reich,
Is that the Bengals head coach's like little brother or something? Press Taylor.
Much of what he believes in and what he does. And I was asking him about the old RPO stuff because that really was sort of what
Man, Doug's just hoping he doesn't get usurped by his goddamn head or OC this time. He's like, I really hope it doesn't happen again. That shit fucking blew asshole.
Cosby off the field because of the injury in the last 2. Timeout charge to the Raiders. Luton scrambles, flips it over.
Oh, almost intercepted by the Raiders. Yeah, Raiders are shitting on this terrible football. Like this is a bullying.
And secured it, and they'll kick it away with 23 seconds to go.
Yeah, that's
Well,
the reason Patrick Mahomes gets
if you took the Raiders in the over, you know, probably a smart pick today. If you bet on this game, I don't know why you would have, but if you didn't bet on the Raiders, you lost some money. That's all I have to tell you. There should have been, unless you put like the Jaguars to lose, specifically, like you bet that way, and I don't even know if you can do that. I'm betting on the Jaguars to lose. Oh, you mean the Raiders to win? No, I don't care if the Raiders, no, the Raiders won't win this game. The Jaguars are just going to lose it.
Not a part of this one tonight on the offensive side. Good job to
That was a good punt defense.
by Logan Cook.
That was a good job by the
Remind you that the IndyCar series is going to continue on
guys.
NBC and Peacock this weekend. They go right through the streets of Nashville. Even swing by the Titan Stadium, Nissan Stadium. It's pretty
I think if this
exciting.
game would have started on time, it'd be a lot easier to do it all the way through.
From Nashville on NBC and Peacock. Terrific weekend last week at the Brickyard. IndyCar, NASCAR with a double dip.
Yeah, I'm just about done, almost done with this, but yeah, I'm glad to see football's back. Yeah, I think a lot of people are watching this till halftime, and then they're like going, "Yeah, I'm checking out." I'm shocked that that we've had as much as like 18, 19 people in here during the thick of when the game was particularly interesting. Like I think we even hit like a peak concurrence like 20, which is shockingly good for what I expected. I didn't really even expect double-digit viewers tonight. And we've been pretty consistently double digits, so that's pretty good tonight. I didn't,
Back home in the place where he played his high school football.
That's the end of the first half. All right, we made it through. I don't think we're doing the second half tonight, guys. I don't think anybody, is too concerned with how the second half of this game plays out. It looks like the Raiders are going to win. They're up 20-0. It's pretty. That's a pretty big, significant asshole. But I'll stay in chat for a minute, though. Sit and chit-chat. Yeah, it's nice football's back. I don't really think anything too significant happened in the world of football today, though. I mean, there's been, like, weird camp injuries and stuff like that, but that's kind of all just, like, kind of boring news stuff. Uh-oh. Yeah, we heard, we talked about that a little bit yesterday, that Hollywood Brown got arrested. Speed kills. Yeah, I mean, I still can't believe he was going. I don't know how fast he was going, but it must have been ridiculous for actually getting in trouble for it. Unless he just pissed the cop off or something. Like the cop needed him in fantasy football, and he went, "The motherfucker, I can ruin his career or something." I genuinely am not too sure. I'm gonna do all three. $126. Oh, that's not even that bad. Sounds like he was just kind of going down the street when there wasn't anyone around. And like from what I heard about what he did, it sounds like it was a thing that I think a lot of people do. You're in a fast car, you look around on the street, you see Hey, there's nobody on this fucking street. You fucking gun it, and then all of a sudden, whoop whoop. That's probably almost probably verbatim what the fuck he was doing. Probably looked around, seen there wasn't shit for. If there was a lot of traffic, but it was like 7 o'clock in the morning when the man was booked into jail, and he wasn't drunk. So something tells me he was literally just like going to get some goddamn milk in the morning or a coffee, and then just went and tried just gunning it because no one didn't see anyone on the road. What do you mean delay or synced in? I have no idea what that means. Yeah, it was weird. They jerked off on each other. I had to watch it like 12 times to figure out what the fuck they were doing. I was like, they just got in a circle and screamed at each other. And then I see it and I was like, oh, okay. Oh, I don't know. I'm watching on this link. I don't know. I was watching on that link. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. I'm probably not watching any more of this game because the game's over. I have no idea if we're at. It could be the same. I don't know. No one cares, Connor. Shut up. Does this literally say baseball? Yeah. Yeah, and if they do that again, they get spoiled this time. It's no different. Just like, why does that fucking matter where I'm at? Like, and where you're, so it's like, if you're ahead of where I'm at, so like you're like, it's like shouldn't matter if you're like watching, like, I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but like, well, just listen to where I'm talking. Like, I don't know. I don't know if we're synced at the same spot. Like, I literally can't know where you're at in the game, like, at all. Like, I have no this earthly idea of figuring out where you're at and where I'm at. You know what I mean? Like, I have no way to determine that. You can actually determine where I'm watching the game at because you can hear me talking and then see what I'm saying about the game and see the screen behind me as it, like, changes to the play that I'm seeing. You know what I mean? You'll be like, oh, okay, I'm like a second ahead of him, so I should wait to, you know what I mean? But, like, I have no way of knowing how to, like, knowing where you're at compared to, like, it's like, yeah, but like at least with me, you guys can hear it, and generally I'm saying the play as I'm seeing it happen. You know what I mean? The best I can give you is that it's halftime, and I close any extra browsers at halftimes anyway. People expect me to be like, yeah, but man, you gotta have faster. It's like, yeah, but there's also just delays in streaming all over the place. Like, this could literally be a delay because of your internet, and you're just being, like... Yeah, Lewis, it's ugly. It's an ugly game. That's why if it was like a close game, and it's like it's an ugly 22. Like, the Raiders have fucked up, and it should be... When is the normal time for a fantasy draft? I would say non-retards do them right before the season start. That's when I do them. I don't do them until the Wednesday before the regular season starts. If you do it any sooner, you're kind of stupid. Because every single player could get hurt, and then you just have the hurt team. Yeah, mine. I would do it literally the day before the season started. I do it the Wednesday. I literally do it the Wednesday or Tuesday before the season starts. I'm not kidding. I am so superstitious about injuries with this. I think it's why would they do it during before, like, after the third preseason week? If it's after preseason week 3, that's fine. It's just they could get hurt between, I guess, from the time of the last game to practice. Practice to the regular season. And I'd be so fucking annoyed if that happened. That literally happened to me one year. Like, literally, the reason I have such a thing about this is because, like, in the last year I played fantasy football, like, with any kind of care to it, like a competitiveness, was like 2015, and like I drafted one of the greatest teams I think I've ever seen. And it was like the Tony Romo before he got hurt and Dak took over. Like, I had all of these players on one team. Like, I had Adrian Peterson right before he had gotten injured. I had Dak Prescott. I had drafted all of these like very skilled players and had this very skilled, like I had Gronk. I believe it was like one of these teams where I was like, I'm never gonna lose. Even everyone in the league was like, how the fuck did he put together? And then like by week 2, everybody was injured for the season, and I had to like Frankenstein a team to finish in second place that year. I lost in the championship game because I had to make all these crazy moves every fucking week because of everyone was always hurt. And now I don't do that. I refuse to draft till like the day before the season starts. Hey, what's up, Big Jess? Yeah, I mean, Devontae's been looking great. He's a great receiver, though. If he can stay healthy, I mean, you guys wouldn't have got rid of him. But yeah, I'm not doing the second half of this game. I'm gonna probably chill on that. It's gonna be it was already a pretty terrible game because the Jaguars didn't start like 90 different people. But like, yeah. But I'm gonna still stay alive for a little while longer. Get warmed up with football. I'm in like mid-season argument form already. If you can't tell, I got a lot better at argumenting over the off season. I've been watching content on how to argue with people, and I'm like, I could use some of these debate tactics in the sports debate world and kick the fucking shit out of people. I've been starting to use them. I've been using my these tricks I've been picking up from watching people debate lately, and I'm like, I'm actually gonna get very effective, I think, utilizing these argument methods and trying to transfix them onto my sports arguments, and then being like, haha, now I've got solid fucking arguing tactics instead of just screaming curse words at people. And seeing if I could just defend them and get them angry. Now it's like, all right, let's press them on their fucking points now. And repeat what I want answered. And if they don't answer me, then I'll be like, all right, I win that argument. Like, no one will answer now the question I have of why were the Patriots a playoff team last year despite not being as good as the Chargers or the Dolphins, despite Bill Belichick being carried by Brady and Mac. Like, it's one of them things where it's like, what was it? So it was like, were the Patriots carried by Brady for the last 20 years, and Belichick went around for a good ride, and now they're about to be exposed as a bad team? But they were a playoff team last year already with a new quarterback. And then people excuse that away immediately. They go, that's just the good coaching of the Patriots. It's like, you do realize you've been saying like the Patriots empire's falling because of the Brady left and Bill Belichick's free ride is over. You just made a giant tangential statement, and now you're saying that, well, he's still a good enough coach to make the playoffs over teams with clearly more talent than his own. Well, Mac isn't a good quarterback. Brady isn't a good quarterback. It's the system. It's the system. It's the system. And now that they had one bad year, it's like, well, it wasn't no system. It was Tom Brady. Belichick's a terrible coach. The end of the dynasty's here. The Patriots are finally over. How does it feel? It's like, well, I mean, we ended in like 2018 when we lost that in our Super Bowl when we last won one. No, that was actually when everything ended. We knew it had ended when the Patriots got picked off by the Titans. We went, oh, well, that was that. Brady's probably done. He's either retiring or dipping. Here comes the rebuild. And they're like, how's it feel? I need to be in irrelevancy. It's like, I guess after 20 years, it's feels not like nothing. I don't know. Do you think, like, I have a genuine question for people who don't like the Patriots. Do you think Patriots fans like feel bad that they don't have the best team in the league anymore? Do you know that we won 6 Super Bowls in 20 years? Not even that many, like 18 actually. And then we got to watch, then we're still watching our favorite player. Every single Patriots favorite player ever is winning still. Like he's won another Super Bowl. We've got to experience as a fan base 7 Super Bowls. And we played in 10. Do you understand like what the fuck we've seen as a fan base? I'm a real Patriots fan. I know none who are like salty about not being the best team in the league anymore. We're like, it is what it is. We had a good run though. We're arguably one of the greatest. That was one of the greatest teams in the game's history. 2 dynasties. Holy shit. I don't think people realize how crazy that is. And everyone's like, yeah, the Patriots fans are spoiled. It's like, no, I think you guys are the ones that don't understand. I think every Patriots fan understood what the fuck they were watching. Because Patriots fans were like, literally like, why did people not say that Brady's the best? Why are, like, Patriots fans for like 20 years have been going, oh, Brady's the best player to ever play football. And we've been being told by other fan bases and other fans and all these other media pundits that Brady's not that good compared to this guy, that guy, this guy. The Belichick isn't that good of a coach compared to this coach or that coach. He has, there's all these other better teams and all these other better players, all these other way cooler, funner places to play. But yet the Patriots, like won the suit. Like, it's just this, like, I don't know. It's like, it's almost like, I lost my point for a second. I'm trying to remember what the fucking point I was trying to make. But it was a really, really, really strong one. Oh, yeah. I forgot what point I was even making. Because it was... I've never had the thought before. So that's bad. I just blanked. I don't know what happened. My point that I was making, literally, I was looking back at chat like, what the fuck was I just long-winding about? Something I know about. We're not salty. Yeah, okay. Oh, no, okay, yeah, I remember now. The irrelevancy or the Patriots fans taking Brady for granted, none of them did that. The only people who took Tom Brady for granted are the idiots and like the same people who are taking like LeBron James for granted by saying he's not that good, he's a shitty player. Like people like me, I took players like Peyton Manning for granted. I took players like Aaron Rodgers for granted because I just didn't like them. I just I'm just a shithead. I know how like great they are. But I would argue that they're not good players. Like just to be a contrarian dickhead and take them for granted. By like kind of like underrepresenting and like kind of underselling a player like Tom, who's done as much as he's done, and ignoring like the fact that the Patriots fans have been trying to tell people about Brady for like 20 years and took till he went to Tampa Bay for people to listen. It's so crazy that it literally took Brady going and winning a Super Bowl with Tampa for people to go, yeah, he's probably the best of all time. All right, he's got 7 fucking Super Bowls, only played in 11. All right, he's probably the GOAT. If fucking Mahomes wins one more, they're going to be like, yeah, he's the greatest to ever do it. That's what the media said, dude. Media told me that he's the GOAT. And that's what I, fucking Chris Collinsworth said that Aaron Rodgers is the best, so he's the best. I can't beat that. I don't think critically, I've never once had a critical thought in my own fucking head. The same regime that improved a young Tom Brady is the same regime that's now trying to improve a young Mac Jones. Doesn't mean anything. They won't develop at all. Mac's gonna actually regress because the NFL media said that the Patriots didn't sign all the good players, so they got worse. So Mac Jones therefore will get worse because they didn't sign all the good players. Yeah. No way will a bunch of guys with a bunch of talent like Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith and Kendrick Bourne, who were all plugged into a brand new offense with a rookie quarterback last season, are going to have any time to develop and be like way more cohesive as a starting offensive unit now that they've got a year together plus and they've been able to practice and like get to learn the verbiage in the offense. That's often been considered one of the hardest offenses in the NFL to figure out. I don't. Whatever. Mac's gonna regress, dude. It's fine. Like I love that there's just like this giant ignoring the fact to the like that Bill Belichick's offenses are literally called the hardest offenses in football to know and understand. And guys like Jonnu Smith who play extreme timing positions and extremely like very specific roles in the offense have said like, no, that last year was a learning year. I had no idea what I was. He said literally, I think you're going to think Jonnu Smith was hurt last year or something. Because oftentimes Patriots guys don't do good in year one. Especially wide receivers. It's a very, very tough place to play football as a receiver. Or someone who catches passes. And having guys like Mac Jones being able to change the offense on the fly the way that he is and able to understand the offense like in simpatico with Bill is good because that means players on the field will come along a lot quicker with him like Tom was able to do. But I don't know if, Mac's as smart as Tom. Mac, Brady literally survived in the NFL on his, like, cerebral ability. Mac has, like, like actual shit to him. He's like like Brady literally was able to make it on being just a very smart quarterback with a halfway decent arm. But then Tom House made him way better. Mac Jones' current quarterback coach. I don't know. The guy Tom Brady like literally credits his life to and Nolan Ryan. Yeah, that doesn't mean anything. Did you know that Josh Allen worked with the guy who lost 4 straight Super Bowls? Wow, cool. I don't give a fuck. I got my quarterback's coach is Tom House. If you know throwing, you know that's just a better thing. You're like, oh, that's... Why didn't he work with Josh Allen? I don't think he likes Boston. He's a Boston sports fan, I think. And Josh Allen isn't really that smart. Is the O-line changing to outside zone? Yeah, and that's only against the Patriots pass rush that there are problems. That could be just a sign. It's not. But yeah. Yeah. All right, though, I think that's it for me. I think everyone's slowed down pretty much. I think the game's back on, and people are going to be watching that, and I have no interest in watching it. Here's a link to the game. What the fuck? Where is it? Boom. But I think I'm going to get out of here. Did you change your name, Bean? Vaguely. I don't know, are you a fan of the Commanders? It's the fucking worst name in football. I can't believe we have to actually call them the Commanders. Like, that's, like, still a thing. Damn. Packers preseason tomorrow. Wait, really? You're a Falcons fan? I never met a Falcons fan. I'm gonna do the Patriots and the Lions ones, and maybe some of the like other bigger games. Is there really Packers preseason tomorrow? Caden, you guys might actually win week 1. I'm not very confident about putting my team this year. I mean, Bean, you're probably I probably remember you, man. You gotta understand. There's just a lot of people that come in here. There might have been the one Falcons fan. I was gonna say I think next week is I think August 11th is all the preseason games or whatever. Yeah. I don't know. How many Falcons fans watch the channel? That's for darn sure. Rootin' tootin'. All right, though. I think that's it for me, guys. I don't really have much. Did the Raiders score again? If the Raiders scored again, I'm really done. Because this is like, well, that was a good bounce back into the to get bounced back in. No, they're just trying to kill clock in that game at that point. All right. Well, I'll spam the link to the game one more time. There you go. There's the game. Well, not really spam it. I don't spam. But there's the link. Enjoy the game if you're going to watch it. Thank you so much for tuning in if you tuned in. We'll go live tomorrow. What day is tomorrow? Friday? I don't know. We can play games tomorrow. Like, I'll play, like, games I can play with people. Oh, happy birthday, Kev. Congratulations on your team winning on your birthday. Happy birthday, my friend. Hopefully you enjoy the day and everything like that and whatnot. Oh, one more thing. Anybody who thinks that Matthew Stafford's actually going to be fucked up from an arm injury, from his elbow being tired, how retarded are you? Are you talking about the same Matthew Stafford who played with a broken back, a fucking broken back twice in 2 different seasons with the Lions? Are we talking about the same quarterback? Everyone's like, yeah, but he missed a couple practices because his arm's tired. Who gives a fuck? The Rams, so? If that man didn't play all of the preseason, I don't think there'd be one worry for him to not play a regular season football game. He'll play all 17 probably, unless he like gets really hurt. I'm sorry, but like it's so weird seeing people start like to even like see Stafford like be questioned as like a tough player. It's like, what? Oh, no, because I see a lot of 49ers fans like, uh-oh, what are you guys going to do now that Stafford's hurt? Well, nothing, because he doesn't actually get hurt. Dude's like an actual fucking old school like steel worker body build. I don't even know what he is. But it's just hilarious to think that there's people out there that are like, and it's mainly like NFC West fans that I just don't think know about Matthew Stafford and his ability to play through any injury, especially broken back. I just wanted to put that out there. There's actually people out there now questioning the toughness of Matthew Stafford, which is, yeah, same here, Kev. They probably will score at some point, the Jaguars, but it's, you know. Anyway, I'm getting out of here, guys. You guys have a great rest of your day, night, morning, whenever you're listening, and whenever you may listen to this. I don't really expect anyone to ever watch these when I'm not live. Yeah, Jaguars just shit the bed. They just, you know, sometimes it's just bad day. But all right, guys, I appreciate you. Have a good rest of your night. I'll see you tomorrow for some kind of stream. I'm not sure what I'll do yet. Probably gaming or talking. I don't know. But we'll figure it out when we get there, and we'll stream when we get to when we cross the bridge. All right, have a great night. Peace out, and go Lions, go Tigers, and of course, it's always go Patriots. And looks like the Raiders are gonna win pretty big. Oh shit, Twitch disconnected from the chat for some reason. Oh, never mind. It stayed connected. I'm pretty sure. Okay. Anyway, all right, guys. We'll do gaming tomorrow or something. I'll see you guys then. Peace out. Well, I already said all that.